Hi, I'm Alex. I've just completed the 200-hour course for the teacher training. It was run by the Yoga Collective School, and we've been based in Nishiyawakura. I'm still here now. I'm about to leave, but yeah, this is just a short video to hopefully, for anyone that's a bit unsure, they're looking at the course and they're unsure whether to go for it, maybe a bit on the fence. Hopefully this video will give you some insight. I'll do my best to cover as much as I can and keep it short, but anything I say won't really do it justice because it's just been such an incredible experience. I feel really grateful to be here. It's yeah, I mean, thinking about it now, it's quite emotional because you do go really introspective, really deep into yourself. It's a perfect environment for you to see where you're at with your practice, whether you're a beginner or even if you have an advanced practice, there's something for you here. There's always another layer. So yeah, it's a really great environment to just knuckle down and learn and become curious. It's a really earthy environment, feels very stable, so it's a good opportunity to absorb lots of information. And although the course is slightly condensed and that makes it very intense, you'll be very surprised how much knowledge you've retained by the end of week 3. So you just kind of have to, you don't have to, but you will just naturally integrate with the program and the intensity, and you'll just learn to trust Olivier's teaching style and his yeah. What I will say is he doesn't let the foot off the brake pedal. I mean, he does, but you know, if you're doing a teacher trainer course, then I think it should be intense. You should be tested a bit, and it shouldn't put you off because you're all in it together and it's a small group. It's really special in that way, so you'll get through it no matter what. So just know that. And that's, I have to say, it's probably one of my favorite things about the course is that it was a very small group, 6 students, and it's a perfect balance actually between like group size and it being a very personal experience, and you get to share it with people from all over the world, and you'll make some really nice connections. And you know, a lot of these other courses, they tend to be quite full, up to like 20 students, and if you're anything like me, you'd retreat to the back of the classroom and just kind of stay quiet. But here it's great for anyone that kind of wants to push themselves out of their comfort zone, become a bit more exposed, be seen, be heard, and I've got a lot from it in that regard. It's boosted my confidence and it's just been phenomenal. Olivier's been such an incredible teacher. His attention to detail is unmatched. He lives and breathes yoga. He'll be on the mat before you're even awake. It's inspirational. And to see how he integrates yoga practically into his family life, and he's got other, you know, business related stuff going on, and how he manages it all so fluidly, it's incredible. It's very inspirational. So he proves that there's always time for practice, and he proves that the practice propels and boosts whatever you're doing in life anyway. So I drew a lot of inspiration from that. So in the program itself, you'll cover pretty much everything. You get a lovely manual and you'll pretty much go through the whole thing, and you'll cover anything from the yamas, the niyamas. You'll obviously cover asana. You'll go deep into the anatomy within each pose, benefits, contraindications. You'll go into lots of pranayama techniques, breath control, sense withdrawal, meditation, and then you'll discuss some of the more deeper layers within the philosophical context, like states of samadhi. It's super interesting for anyone really. So yeah, if you're quite philosophical, you'll love it here, because there's also a lot of philosophy, and there's an incredible philosophy teacher, Madoka. So she goes very deep into the philosophical aspects and the history of yoga, and again, very extremely professional, very kind of non-judgmental in every single class, every single teacher. They've all been incredible, and you'll just cover everything, and it's a good chance to pick out like maybe things you want to work on, or things you want to pry open and dive into, and it's just a great environment to really go deeper into your practice and decide how you want to perform as a teacher, if you do decide to go into teaching. But if you are wanting to go into teaching, you'll come away from this with lots of confidence and understanding around how to deliver a safe yoga practice. You'll have a lot of the critical anatomy knowledge that's needed to run a safe class, and you'll gain an interest in it, especially around the anatomy. Like you may not be that interested at the moment in terms of that side of things, but you'll gain an appreciation and understanding for it, and why it's so important to learn about. I think I mentioned the food is just unreal. The preparation that must go into the food, it's just unreal. That's definitely a highlight, especially after a bit of practice on the mat. You do work up an appetite, but you're always looked after, and the food is incredible. In terms of how Olivier integrates the elements into the program is really interesting, and you start to really get a feel for it towards the middle of the program, and especially towards the end. You start to see how the elements work with the different postures, with the seasons. It's all relevant. All the elements are relevant to everything that happens, and especially how practices are delivered, and it's very interesting, and I'm gaining an appreciation for how I can integrate the elements into my own practice based on what season it is, or any global events that have taken place. It's really interesting. So you might be wondering what are these elements all about. You'll find that really interesting, and there's a lot to learn, but highly recommend. The village itself, it's very small. There's only about 1,300 people that live here, so you start to feel like a local almost overnight. You're at the onsen most evenings, so that's a great experience and great way to unwind and see familiar faces off the mat. So it's really nice and balanced. Although it's quite earthy and there's lots of hills and lots of greenery, you don't feel claustrophobic. It's an interesting place. It's just a very stable learning environment. So you'll soak in lots of information, and you do have Sundays off. So if you are ever desperate to get away for a bit, there's the train station is literally right next to. It's not far from the property, so you can get the train into a different village and just have a change of scenery and do your studies there. So what else? I think I'll probably leave it there, and so if you're a bit on the fence because of maybe lack of confidence, or you're just unsure, you maybe don't believe that you'll be able to sort of keep up with a course of this nature, then I hope that didn't come across in my little intro, because just come as you are. It doesn't matter where you're at with your practice. the point is to just do your best and be curious about the practice, and ask why in each class, and you'll just gain more and more motivational interest into every aspect and layer of yoga. So I hope this has helped. I know I've probably gone around in circles with what I've said, but yeah, if you do decide to enroll, then good luck. I'm sure you'll have an incredible experience, and you can probably tell I'm quite tired because it has been an intense 3 weeks, but I hope this helped, and yeah, good luck if you go for it. Have a great time.